From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
This is a WUFT News update. I'm Elizabeth Biro.
And I'm Gabriella Mercurio. Thank you for joining us. We begin today with national news. Today marks 1 year since President Biden took office. During a nearly 2-hour-long press conference yesterday, the president defended his time so far. NBC's Chris Pallone reports from Washington.
He has no misunderstanding.
President Biden starting year 2 by clarifying something he said on the last day of year 1.
Let there be no doubt at all that if Putin makes this choice, Russia will pay a heavy price.
The comments followed Wednesday's nearly 2 hours long news conference where the president appeared to minimize the threat Russia poses to Ukraine, a U.S. ally.
It's one thing if it's a minor incursion and then we end up having a fight about what to do and not do.
The White House also expanded on remarks the president made about election integrity, likely not the reset the administration hoped for as they try to talk about the president's successes so far.
Can you think of any other president that's done as much in 1 year?
And while President Biden has signed a COVID relief bill and an infrastructure improvement bill, the biggest challenge he faced on day one is still present, COVID-19.
I call it a job not yet finished. It will get better. We're moving toward a time when COVID-19 won't disrupt our daily lives.
A new NBC News poll shows just 43% of people approve of the job the president is doing, 54% disapprove. It's the second lowest first-year presidential approval rating going back to Nixon. Only Donald Trump's was lower. Republicans ready to pounce in this midterm election year.
We got an economy that is damaged. We got cities and streets that are dangerous. We have adversaries that feel emboldened.
The White House says stalled parts of the president's agenda, including the Build Back Better spending bill and voting rights protections, remain key priorities despite an evenly divided Senate. Chris Pallone, NBC News, Washington.
After a gunman held 4 people hostage at a Texas synagogue Saturday, concerns of anti-Semitism rose in communities across the nation.
According to a 2021 survey conducted by the Anti-Defamation League, better known as ADL, 63% of American Jews have experienced or witnessed anti-Semitism in the last 5 years. This is a notable increase from the 54% reported in 2020.
WUFT's Amy Galo tells us how the hostage standoff at a Texas synagogue on Saturday impacted the local Jewish community.
Security has always been at the top of Rabbi Dave Kamen's mind.
People are resilient and strong, and we continue forward.
This doorbell is a part of Congregation B'nai Israel's access control system.
We want to be a welcoming community, but we realize that by walking to the door, we've already put ourselves in a vulnerable position because people who are looking to do bad will do bad regardless.
The system was installed just before the 2018 synagogue shooting in Pittsburgh. And after the hostage situation in Colleyville, Texas over the weekend, local synagogues are reflecting on their current security measures. Rabbi Michael Joseph keeps his door open, but takes prudent precautions. He says he keeps his doors open to his friends and strangers because we were all strangers in the land of Egypt. On the other hand, Congregation B'nai Israel keeps its doors closed in order to be more vigilant.
I think along with all communities of faith, we are more vigilant and have taken more security measures than in the past. So it's a concern for us. We've not let our guard down.
Following the attack in Texas, Rabbi Kamen is appreciative of all the love his congregation has received from the community, as well as Jews across the nation.
We are heartened and touched by the support that we get from so many individuals.
And it's that support that allows him and his congregation to keep coming back to the synagogue. Amy Gallo, WUFT News.
2 men were arrested in the UK cities of Birmingham and Manchester this morning as part of the investigation into the synagogue hostage situation. The men were taken into custody and questioned. The FBI is investigating the standoff as a terrorism-related matter in which the Jewish community was targeted.
A controversial bill is moving forward after receiving its first approval from the Florida State Education Committee. Named Individual Freedom, the bill proposes banning public schools and private businesses from inciting feelings of discomfort, guilt, or anguish based on an individual's race, sex, or national origin. The legislation does not explicitly mention critical race theory, but Governor Ron DeSantis referenced CRT when he announced the bill last month. But State Senator Shervin Jones says kids want more education on racism.
Let's also make it clear that our children, if we think that our children are not asking about race, we think that our children are not concerned about what's happening across this country. Our children see exactly through what the Republicans are doing across the state of Florida and across this country.
A Florida mom, Billy Graham's granddaughter, is among the speakers scheduled tomorrow for the National Right to Life March in Washington. Sissy Graham Lynch is the speak at the anti-abortion rally, which attracted a drop-in from then-President Donald Trump 2 years ago. Participants hope this year's event will herald a major Supreme Court change when it comes to abortion. In a pending case, the more conservative court, shaped by Trump, could rework or reverse the Roe and Casey decisions, which define abortion rights.
I've been loving this warmer weather today.
Yes, today has been absolutely beautiful. Let's check in with Erica Nicole in the UF Weather Center to see what we can expect for the rest of the week.
Yes, today has been beautiful, but that's going to change as we head into tonight. Let's take a look at our current satellite and radar. We have this low pressure system over in the southeast region dragging along this cold front into the Florida Panhandle, bringing in some showers. But let's take a look at our current conditions right here in Gainesville. Taking a look at our campus cam, we have clear conditions right now, mostly sunny, feeling like 70 degrees. And today we have had wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Now let's take a look at our current temperatures across north central Florida, sitting at 72 degrees in Gainesville, 73 for Ocala, 75 for the Villages, and these temperatures are warmer than average for this time of the year. As we head into the evening, we will see a slight drop off, not as big as we've seen for the past couple of nights, but we will be sitting in the mid 50s. And as we head into the overnight hours at about 2 a.m., that's when the cold front will start to come through, bringing in some showers. So Friday is going to be our greatest chance for some showers. So taking a look at our future track, we have this cold front pushing through tonight into tomorrow, and we'll be bringing in those cooler temperatures from the north along with those showers. Heading into tomorrow afternoon, the showers will start to pick up, and then heading into Saturday, we still have some possible showers likely, and then as we head into Saturday night, those showers will go off to our east. So let's take a look at our temperatures for tomorrow. We will be sitting at, I believe, 64 in Gainesville, 69 for Ocala, 72 for the Villages. So we're dropping about 10 degrees from our high temperatures today. Let's take a look at our 6-day outlook. Again, cooling off for the weekend. Friday and Saturday are our greatest chance for some showers. And then Sunday, we will start to clear up a bit and just feel those cooler temperatures. So if you have any plans for the weekend, Sunday is the day to do so. Now to Harrison Smajovits with sports.
Thanks, Erica. Welcome to sports. I'm Harrison Smajovits. Gator women's basketball travels to Lexington tonight to play Kentucky. The Gators are on a roll with 13 wins on the year. They're already 2 wins away from matching the number of wins they had last year. They also have already surpassed the number of wins they had in 2018 and 2019. After dropping their first 2 games in conference, Florida has won their last 3 games. This is a huge improvement from last season when they dropped their first 5 SEC games. Kentucky comes in on a cold spell, losing 3 of their last 5 games. Gator men's basketball, meanwhile, is coming off a conference win against Mississippi State. Florida took home the win 80-72 despite Colin Castleton sitting out with a shoulder injury. Anthony DeRuggi seized the moment, putting up 22 points. 3 other Gators also reached double-digit scoring. Florida has now won 2 straight SEC games after dropping their first 3. The Gators are back at home on Saturday when they host Vanderbilt. Billy Napier adds yet another soldier to his coaching army. Sean Spencer is being brought on to be the co-defensive coordinator and defensive line coach. He will join Patrick Toney as co-defensive coordinators. Spencer spent the last 2 seasons as the defensive line coach for the New York Giants. This is not Spencer's first stint as an FBS coach, as he coached at Vanderbilt, Penn State, Bowling Green, and UMass. That'll do it for sports.
A 12-year-old from Massachusetts is actively trying to save the animatronics at his local Chuck E. Cheese. Logan Serio has always been fascinated by the characters at the Dartmouth Chuck E. Cheese and by the technology that brings them to life. When he learned of a plan to remove them, he decided to do something about it. So naturally, he started a petition to keep the musical friends in place. Soon, word spread all over social media. Logan spoke with Chuck E. Cheese CEO David McKilps, who assured him that animatronics would always be a staple. Chuck E. Cheese has nearly 460 locations nationwide, and 300 locations still have animatronics. The company said it decides to modify locations based on the need of each market.
Thanks for keeping up with WUFT News on Facebook. I'm Elizabeth Biro.
And I'm Gabriella Mercurio. That's our time for now, but your Florida news is always on at WUFT.org.